And Mr. Trump is also causing a major global stir when it comes to the World Cup. CBS News has learned the president called the head of FIFA to discuss the controversial red card and suspension of men's soccer player Folarin Balogun. FIFA then announced Balogun's ban would be lifted, making him eligible to play in the U.S. match against Belgium tonight. A Belgian source tells CBS News a FIFA appeal committee member has been appointed to review this case. And new for you this morning, the governing body for soccer in Europe has said the reversal is unjustifiable and crossed a red line. CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi kicks off our hour from our D.C. bureau this morning. Olivia, good morning. So let's clarify things here for everyone. What role did the White House play in lobbying for this change?
Well, Errol, good morning to you. We know that President Trump did call the head of FIFA. This was after that player received a red card in which they would not be playing tonight. And President Trump sought to have Balogun reinstated for the game, the USA game tonight against Belgium. We're told that the president called the head of FIFA, Gianni Infantino. The two of them have a very chummy relationship. The two of them have been seen very often together over the last year and a half of President Trump's first year and a half in office. They had a short conversation. It was on Thursday. The president sought to clarify why Balogun received that red card and what it would mean for the future. Infantino then told President Trump that the disciplinary committee would take a look at the circumstances around that red card. Now we're told it's not just the president who was involved, but also Andrew Giuliani, the son of former Mayor Rudy Giuliani of New York City. Andrew Giuliani has been a liaison between the U.S. government and FIFA, especially as the World Cup has been held here in the U.S. We're also told that Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick got involved as well. So there was a bit of a multi-pronged effort by this government to seek out information as it relates to this red card. Now, this is the first time since 1962 that FIFA has nullified a suspension for a red card that was received during the World Cup. So this is not something that happens very often. And of course, everyone is looking forward to that game tonight, that USA game tonight against Belgium, and perhaps what could happen now that this player is reinstated. But it's certainly a controversial move by FIFA to reinstate this player after President Trump spoke with the head of the organization.
Support the U.S. or you're rooting against them. This has shocked just about everybody. We'll have much more coverage on this later this hour. But I also want to ask you about the messaging from the president ahead of the midterms, because we heard Mr. Trump strike an anti-communism tone throughout the 4th of July weekend. Is this a new strategy for Republicans?
Well, certainly. I mean, we are turning into midterm season where we're going to be seeing a lot more campaigning from Congress, from the president, from this administration. And sources have told me that the effort that they are now trying to do is to paint it as a chaos mission from Democrats, and that the Republicans are the ones in charge that you should trust. That's why you're starting to see some of this messaging around communism, as they're trying to remind voters, in a sense. The White House says that there was a chaotic nature to Democrats' governing. So that's why you're seeing some of this messaging. But Democrats have been saying that they want to focus solely on Donald Trump, even though he's not on the ballot this midterm, and make this a referendum on him. Take a listen to Speaker Johnson here talking about why that communist message is one that they're pursuing, but also Democrat Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania talking about why the focus is on President Trump.
We have to fight this. We're no longer just in an election cycle. We were saying it was common sense versus crazy. Now it's common sense versus communism, and everybody needs to wake up.
Something that our founders in this room debated, deliberated over. They were worried about creating a government where a king could form again, where one individual would amass so much power that you'd have tyranny all over again. I fear that we are finding our way back to that.
There you hear that subtle difference in messaging. The Democrats trying to make this a referendum on Trump, while Republicans are trying to paint Democrats as communism. And you're going to hear a lot more of this messaging as we are heading into the midterm season.
All right, Olivia Rinaldi in Washington. Olivia, thank you.